Hello, dear students, Jai Hind and very good morning. Welcome back in today's session. As you all know, we have been doing one very important chapter which involves the concepts of geometry, that is, understanding shapes. Understood? As you all know, before we start today's session, let's just have a summary of those topics because today it happened that we are going to solve some examples involving properties of general as a quadrilateral. We may solve some of the example involving properties of parallelogram, square, rectangle, etc. So today's session you may consider it as general session in which we are going to discuss various types of examples, some of the geometric example of proof also, understood, and some of the different types of example we are going to solve. Before we start today's lecture, you must have in mind all the properties of general as a quadrilateral and properties of all various types of quadrilateral. It must be in your mind properties of parallelogram, properties of rhombus, properties of rectangle, properties of square. All properties of all various types of quadrilateral has to be in your mind. Okay, so we start today's session. Name of the chapter I am writing again today, that is, name of the chapter you all know, understanding shapes. Okay, and dear student, today you are attending in that lecture number 18. Okay, let us start today's session and let us solve some variety of examples today. Okay, we will start our discussion with one very important geometric example, or you can say it rider, as I told you in our first session also, that as far as this particular chapter is concerned, there are examples involving numerals. At the same time, there are examples which are geometric example which needs a proof, and they are actually given in the textbook to just test your concept ability. You understood this? So first, as we start, we are taking one such rider. Okay, please write down with me the statement of this rider. Okay, just note down the this is what we are going to prove today. The rhombus having, just note down with me, the rhombus having, this is the statement of the writer. The rhombus having any one angle, the rhombus having any one angle, right angle, okay, a rhombus having any one angle, right angle, is a square. This is what you have to prove. Understand? The basic is, first you need to understand the statement, what they are actually narrating in the statement, that there are some contrast in one property of rhombus and square that you know. Understood? What is the statement is about? It says that any rhombus having any one angle, right angle, is a square. This is what you have to prove. Understand? And now, dear student, when I draw diagram, first we will definitely show rhombus, and ultimately at the end of the rider we will erase the diagram of rhombus and replace it by square. That is our main target. Okay, suppose let us try to write data, and to prove, let us draw a rhombus. Okay, as you know, when the names are not mentioned, you can take yourself any name. Understood? Suppose this is rhombus ABCD. Okay, in this rhombus, though it does not look like a rectangle, like a right angle in the diagram, but we will show it. Okay, one of the angle is accepted as right angle, that is 90 degree. Okay, one angle we have already accepted as a right angle. Let us first write data, or you can call it given. Understood? Data. What you will write in data, in, you should develop this practice because it is going to be quite useful in upper standard. In rhombus ABCD, angle B equal to 90 degree. This is what we accepted as per the given condition. As per the given condition, we have accepted that in rhombus ABCD, measure angle B equal to 90 degree. Understand? What you have to prove. Understood? To prove you have to prove that rhombus, this is what you are going to prove in this rider, rhombus ABCD, understand, rhombus ABCD is a square. That is what we are going to prove. Okay. Let us give proof of this. See, dear student, before we move for the proof, one important fact you all know. Understand what is that? Any quadrilateral except trapezium, as you all know, in any quadrilateral except trapezium, you should know this, in any quadrilateral except trapezium, adjacent angles are supplementary, that you know. Either you consider parallelogram, square, rectangle, rhombus. Pair of adjacent angles are always supplementary except trapezium. Okay. So can we utilize that concept here? Definitely. We will continue this way. The proof of this geometric example in rhombus ABCD, we already given angle B equal to 90 degree. That has been given. Understood? We can take pairs of adjacent angles. Okay. Suppose we write this way, angle B. I am not writing measure M because as per NCERT sometime they don't follow this. So there is no need you write measure angle this way. Simply also you can write, I am taking a adjacent pair of B with C. B plus C equal to 180 degree, as you all know. Any two adjacent angles are supplementary if we just substitute values of B. Okay. And then let us transfer it. Angle C equal to 180 degree minus 90 degree, that is equal to 90 degree. So dear student, we got angle C as 90 degree. You understood this? After we got angle C as 90 degree, let us take the pair of B with A. You can take it, yes. Angle A plus angle B equal to 180 degree. Angle A plus 90 degree equal to 180 degree. Let us transfer it. Angle A equals to 180 degree minus 90 degree. So angle A equal to 90 degree. You got third angle also 90 degree. Now dear student, you all know that the sum of measures of all angles of a quadrilateral is always 360. Now when you say that angle A, angle B and angle C are 90 degree, obviously the rest of the fourth angle is also 90 degree. That you can directly mention. Understand? You can write angle D equal to 90 degree. Okay, dear student? So, one thing has been proved, that in rhombus all angles are proved right angle already. Understood? So, can we mention in this way, therefore, in rhombus ABCD, angle A equal to angle B equal to angle C equal to angle D equal to 90 degree. All angles are proved 90 degree, and at the same time you all know a very important property of rhombus, that all sides are equal, that you know very well. So that also I can mention here, what AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DA. Now you understood, dear student? In rhombus ABCD, you proved all angles right angle and all sides are equal. That's the characteristic property of rhombus. Means now two facts are in front of you. One, all angles are right angle, all sides are congruent. Now when this is the case, that all angles are right angle and all sides are equal, definitely you can say that therefore quadrilateral ABCD is a square. Understand? It is proved. And you all know one very important property of square. If at that time, if you can remember in previous lecture, when we define square, how we define a quadrilateral having all angles right angle and all sides congruent is a square. So from the given data, we proved that in rhombus, because one angle is right angle, we proved all angles to be right angle, and at the same time all sides are congruent. So now, as you know, in any quadrilateral, when all angles are right angle and all sides are congruent, it becomes a square. Understood? So this is the way this geometric example can be proved. You understood this? It can be proved this way. Okay? Is it clear in your mind? Some of the geometric example we have already solved. This is one of that. Okay. Now, as you know, dear student, I mentioned at the start of this lecture that today we are going to solve different types of example involving general concept of quadrilateral, properties of parallelogram, square, rhombus, rectangle, etc. So after this geometric examples, now we are going to solve some example involving variety of example from the whole chapter. Understood? So is this geometric example clear in your mind? Just have a look at this and then we will move for solving some other examples. Okay? First you just have a look at this sum. In exam or in test, if I am going to ask, it will involve only this statement: prove that the rhombus having any one angle, right angle, is a square. I told you initially you should develop the technique of writing data to prove, and then proof so you have to produce by yourself. Okay? Is it clear in your mind? Let us go for solving variety of examples now. Okay? See, dear student, one thing has to be very clear in your mind, that if just now in 8th standard you make your concept of geometry quite clear, it becomes easy for you in upper standard to understand the concepts of geometry, understand, and at that time the skill which you have developed just now, that is proving geometric examples, will be quite useful to you later on. Understand? Let us write one another example. Okay. The example is looking like this. Just note down with me. This is example given to you. Understand? It is actually a diagrammatic example. Okay? I am just showing you. You just write this way. You write with me in this way. In the given figure of parallelogram ABCD, this is the statement, find, okay, then you have to find two angles, find angle CDB, okay, and angle, first you are looking for angle CDB and angle ABD. In exam it happens that You may be asked examples involving diagram, where you will be given a simple diagram where some of the angles will be mentioned. Rest of the angle, whatever are demanded, that we have to find. Okay. Diagrammatic type of example. Let us draw the diagram first, because it is mentioned parallelogram. Let us draw parallelogram. In this parallelogram, they have given name, and I like to give the name in the same way they have given. This is parallelogram ABCD. One of the diagonal has been joined, that is diagonal DB. You are given in diagram this angle 65 degree. Okay, and one of the other angle is also mentioned here, 60 degree. Two angles are mentioned, and rest of the two angle we have to find. Let us show in diagram first this angle. What is the name of the angle you are looking for? Angle A B D. So I will place question mark here. This is our target, as well as angle CDB. This is also our target. Okay. Two angles we are looking for. And as dear student, we always do, before I really solve this particular example, it's now your turn to just run your brain, stimulate your brain, understand, just check the concept of parallelogram, remind in your mind the properties of parallelogram, and just try to solve this. I am giving you 3 minutes time to look for this particular sum, and then I will definitely solve this on the board. Okay. Just 3 minutes time to solve this particular example. Okay. I'll exit out of screen for you for just this example. Try this out. Check the properties of parallelogram which you know, and just try to solve this particular example. We are looking for two angle. I have seen student even not able to sometime understand how to name the angle in the given diagram. Angle C D B. This is your target. Angle A B D. This is also your target. You are looking for two angles. Understood? Just try this out if you can. Solving geometric examples always needs clarity of thoughts and clarity of the concept. Then and then you will be able to understand the given data and you will be able to solve the given sum. You need to be conceptually very strong and you should be able to remember all the properties of parallelogram. Understood? Then and then you can solve this. Here the main confusion is which angle to find first, either to find ABD or to find CDB. That's a big question here. Which angle to find first? And which angle will you find first will facilitate you and comfort you to find the other angle. That's very important. Now just 1 minute time, 2 minutes has already elapsed. Just 1 minute and then we will solve the same example here on the board for you. Understood? Such diagrammatic example also are sometime a real boosting up for brain stimulation. Understood? Okay. Can we start now? Those students who are able to solve this particular example, please concentrate, verify your sum, and as I told you, and always I am speaking about, maths is a subject which involves variety of ways to solve one particular example. It is not like what I teach is the universal way to solve the example. We expect from you that you might apply some different concept than me and try to solve this particular example. Okay. Now dear student, you all know one thing very well, that in parallelogram opposite sides are parallel, that you all know. That means AD parallel to BC, AB parallel to CD. So one thing is clear in our mind, that because in parallelogram opposite sides are parallel, they will definitely facilitate us to obtain two pairs of congruent alternate angle. Okay, my target first is this angle, dear student. This is our first target. Okay, because it makes congruent pairs of alternate angle. Okay, let us solve this particular example. What should we write first? In. This is the way we are solving this. In parallelogram ABCD, though it hasn't been used in this symbol in your textbook, but that's universal way to write parallelogram. In parallelogram ABC, though we are going to utilize one pair, I am writing both the pair of opposite side which are parallel. AB parallel to CD at the same time. AD parallel to BC, because both the pair of opposite side are parallel will allow us to get two pairs of congruent alternate angle. Why I am not targeting AB parallel to CD? So if I want to find this angle, I need to have this, because this makes an alternate angle. Why I am targeting this? Because these two forms a pair of alternate angle in which one of the angle I know. That's why I may get this angle. Okay. So dear student, we are writing therefore. Can you name this angle? If I start from here, angle ADB. Can you name this angle? Angle DBC. Let us write angle ADB equals to angle DBC. Why? You can write alternate angles. Okay. Alternate angles. Therefore, because angle DBC is 60, this is also 60 degree. That let us mention therefore angle ADB is 60 degree. Okay. Our target is not this angle. Our target are this and this angle. Now dear student, let us first try to find this angle by considering this particular triangle, triangle ABD, in which two angles you know. So obviously you can find third angle easily. So I am writing this way. In triangle ABD, I know two angle. I know ADB as 60. I know DAB as 65. Let me find this angle. Can you name this angle? Angle ABD. Let us find it. I am directly writing this way. Angle ABD equal to 180 minus, this is also you can write directly, you must be knowing this. 180 degree minus 60 degree plus 65 degree. 180 degree minus, just carry this, 125 degree, just subtract it. 180 minus 125 turns out to be 55 degree. Okay. So we got this particular angle as 55 degree. Now dear student, because you got this angle, it forms congruent pair of alternate angle, these two. So when you know this angle, you know this angle very well. But for that purpose, please mention this pair again, dear student. AB, please mention this. AB parallel to CD. Okay. So I will write congruent pair of these two alternate angle. I may write this first. ABD equal to, can you name this angle? Angle CDB. What is the reason you want to produce? They are pair of equal alternate angles. Therefore, ABD is already 55 degrees. So, CDB also equal to 55 degree. Look at the sum, how we have solved it. It is very important for you. Doesn't matter that you may adopt some other way to solve maybe the same extent. That doesn't matter. What matter is, you should be, when you take some variety of method, you should be authentic enough. Concept wise, that is very, very important. If you are not concept wise clear, then it would not be accepted as a correct method. Understand, some student might do like this way also, just for making you understand. Every student and everybody know that adjacent angle are supplementary. So some might think like this way, A plus B will be 180. So if this is 65, this is 60, so what is left? You just subtract from 180, you get this 55, and then you just take the pair of alternate angle. That is also one of the way to solve this particular example. Understood? Okay, first you just have a look at this particular example which we have solved now. Understand? Right? How we moved in this example, that you all must have understood now. What I have taken AD parallel to BC, which gave me a pair of congruent alternate angle, which I mentioned ADB and DBC. Because this is 60 degree, this also turn out to be 60 degree, then you have to consider this triangle. Sum of all angle is 180, you got it, and then AB parallel to CD, and again you got a pair of congruent alternate angle. Just have a look at this sum properly. Understand? And try to catch the concept we have utilized. Understood? As far as, dear student, you have to mark the difference between algebra, arithmetic and geometry. Arithmetic and algebra involves maximum utilization of the formulas. So you always find it quite comfortable to solve examples of algebra and arithmetic. But as far as geometry is concerned, there are no formulas. There are only the concept application to solve any particular example. That's why at the start of the chapter I told you that you are attending an important chapter of geometry here. Understand, which if you pay enough attention and be alert about this, then this chapter and your strengthening of concept, that whenever the diagram comes in front of you, how to observe the diagram, how to gather the concept in your mind, how to encompass yourself for solving such example. They really demands concept clarity and concept understanding. That is what we want. Understood? That's why this chapter needs to be paid much alert attention on your part. You understood this? Okay. This particular example, dear student, some more examples involving the concept application we are going to solve in our next lecture. Okay, right? Again, one of the reminder from you, from myself: think, apply logic, stimulate your brain, and then try to solve any particular example. Okay, thank you very much.